This is the Japan that people often see, a country of stunning mountains, advanced technology, and ancient temples, often appearing as a perfect picture in the eyes of the world. However, behind this glamorous exterior lies a dark side that few know about. From strict tattoo regulations and extreme work culture to the existence of organized crime gangs and discrimination, Japan harbors shadows that not everyone recognizes. Let's explore these hidden aspects to understand more about this seemingly perfect country. 1. Yakuza, with a history spanning over 300 years and strict principles rivaling the mafia, the Yakuza have grown and expanded their influence throughout Japan. From extortion, smuggling, prostitution, drug trafficking, gambling, loan sharking to controlling restaurants, bars, and businesses across cities, the Yakuza have infiltrated many corners of Japanese society. However, the Yakuza are also known for their notable acts of charity. When the 2011 tsunami struck Japan, the Yakuza were among the first to send relief supplies to affected areas. This was not the first time they had done so. In 1995, when a major earthquake hit Kobe, Japan's fifth-largest city, the Yakuza used motorcycles, boats, and even helicopters to deliver relief supplies throughout the city, helping residents through difficult times. A distinctive feature that makes Yakuza members easily recognizable is that most of them have shorter pinky fingers or are missing them entirely. If a member displeases their boss, the punishment is to have the last joint of their pinky cut off. For a second offense, the second joint of the same finger is cut off. Further offenses see the same punishment applied to the ring finger. An interesting fact is that to join the Yakuza, you must pass an exam. In 2009, Yamaguchi-gumi implemented a 12-page test for their members. This move came after the Japanese government passed a strict law targeting organized crime. This test helps Yamaguchi-gumi members understand the law better, thus avoiding legal troubles. The exam covers a wide range of topics, from handling buried industrial waste to car theft. One of the most iconic images of the Yakuza is their complex full-body tattoos. These tattoos are seen as a mark of courage due to the pain involved in the process. Recently, there has been a significant increase in the number of non-Yakuza people wanting to get tattoos in this style, with dragons, landscapes, and women being popular designs. Because of the Yakuza, tattoos are often stigmatized in Japan. In Japan, people with tattoos are banned from most onsens, hot springs, sentos, public baths, ryokans, traditional inns, swimming pools, gyms, and even capsule hotels. These rules are set to prevent gang members from accessing certain spaces. During the Meiji period, from 1868 to 1912, tattoos were considered illegal, although they were legalized again in 1948. However, the stigma persists, and those with tattoos still face many difficulties when trying to enter public baths. 2. Overwork culture. In other countries, sleeping at your desk might be criticized and seen as lazy, but in Japan, it is oddly praised by bosses as a sign of working so hard that you need to sleep at your desk. In Japan, there is a term called salaryman, extremely loyal office workers or salaried employees. Most salarymen work 12 to 18 hours a day, leaving them only able to relieve stress at late-night venues like izakayas or playing pachinko. Sometimes, the exhaustion is so severe that they sleep on the streets, in trains, or even on sidewalks. Office workers in Japan faced serious consequences due to this lifestyle, including cardiovascular diseases, strokes, and mental health issues. The worst cases result in karoshi, death from overwork. In 2022, 2,968 people in Japan died from karoshi. Statistics show that 1 in 5 workers in Japan is at risk of death from overwork. Besides the usual 8-hour workday, statistics show that 1/4 of Japanese workers put in over 80 hours of overtime a month, nearly 3 times the standard in many other countries. The Japanese work ethic is indeed admirable. 3. Maid cafes and the entertainment industry. These are themed cafes where female servers dress up as maids and call customers master. To become a maid, employees must go through a strict recruitment process and intensive training program. Maid cafes are an unusual but interesting way to immerse oneself in Japanese otaku culture, providing an opportunity for fun conversations with cute girls dressed as adorable anime characters. In Akihabara alone, there are up to 60 maid cafes. While mostly a fun and harmless experience, this industry also has its dark side. The work environment is so stressful that some maids suffer panic attacks during working hours. They are prohibited from gaining weight and must maintain a slim figure. There is a strict hierarchy among maids, with foreign maids often at the lowest rank. There are even forums where customers discuss maids in vulgar terms. 4. Discrimination against Hafu. Japan is known as one of the friendliest countries in the world. But in reality, they have discriminatory prejudices not only between men and women. Japan is famous for its ethnic homogeneity, with over 98.5% of the population being ethnically Japanese. However, there are cases of Hafu, people of mixed Japanese and foreign descent. These Hafu often feel alienated because many people see them as foreigners. In particular, Hafu of Korean and Chinese descent often face discrimination due to historical tensions between these countries and Japan. This situation is even more severe for black Hafu, who face numerous prejudices and social challenges. 5. Japan may not be the happiest country. With a suicide rate ranked 9th in the world, Japan is facing a range of serious mental health issues due to work pressure and stressful living conditions. One of the most notorious locations associated with this problem is Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Suicide Forest. Located at the base of Mount Fuji, this forest has become the final destination for many who can no longer bear the pressures of life. Every year, Aokigahara attracts many people to commit suicide, turning it into a sad symbol of Japan's suicide problem. Additionally, the hikikomori phenomenon, where young people isolate themselves, living reclusively at home and not communicating with society for extended periods, also contributes to this issue. Loneliness and lack of social connection increased the risk of suicide, especially among the youth. Perhaps the Japanese government should consider subsidizing travel to Bhutan, known as the happiest country in the world, to give its citizens a chance to experience a different life, thereby reducing stress and improving mental well-being. 6. Mandatory camera shutter sound. A privacy protection measure in Japan. If you bring an iPhone into Japan, you won't be able to turn off the camera shutter sound, but once you leave the country, it will return to normal. This rule applies to all phone manufacturers. The reason behind this mandatory sound is to address privacy concerns, preventing people from taking photos they shouldn't. Japanese police have seen a significant increase in voyeurism cases, rising 60% from 2007 to 2016. This law was enacted to protect vulnerable individuals, especially women. 7. The Fukushima Disaster. Japan is one of the countries facing many natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunamis, and typhoons. The Fukushima disaster in 2011 saw a 15-meter tsunami disabling the Fukushima Daiichi reactors, causing a severe nuclear accident with 3 meltdowns.
The only 2 accidents to score the maximum level 7 on the
nuclear and radiological event scale, the highest severity level. By August 2023, the Japanese government decided to release treated radioactive wastewater into the Pacific Ocean. This decision was approved by the United Nations, as the analyzed radioactive value was 1,500 becquerels per liter of tritium, much lower than the standard of 60,000 becquerels per liter of tritium. Immediately, China banned all seafood products from Japan, and people in Japan, Hong Kong, and South Korea expressed their concerns through protests. On Reddit, some argued that the study results showed radiation levels comparable to bananas, so there was nothing to worry about. However, many remained concerned, believing that diluting radioactive wastewater with seawater was merely a way to lower concentrations and pretend it was safe. To dispel rumors, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida ate a fish caught in Fukushima, and his office released a video on social media. Ironically, it was discovered that China, which banned Japanese products due to this incident, has a nuclear power plant that releases 3 times the amount of tritium compared to Fukushima. These are the dark sides of Japan. However, awareness of these issues is increasing, and many measures are being implemented to improve the situation. It is hoped that by addressing these darker aspects, Japan will continue to progress, not only as an economic and cultural powerhouse but also as a place where everyone can live happily and peacefully. If you found this video interesting, please comment with 1, if not, please comment with 0 so we can improve further. Thank you for watching the entire video.